which was actually northeast Egypt. But they don't tell you that, and you don't do the research, and you don't know how to read, and you think you know how to read because you know how to regurgitate the stuff that your scholars told you. All they doing is controlling the narrative. Fuck your narrative. I don't want to control the narrative. I'm just going to tell it like it is, and then I'm going to let people make up their own mind whether they choose to believe me or not believe me. That don't matter to me. I'm past trying to convince motherfuckers of shit. I'm not trying to convince nobody. I'm systematically taking the required steps that these Mississippi clay dirt walking organic aborigines to the land laid down for me to follow. So if any one of you $2.50 ass Indians, you 75-cent Indians, $5 minus a penny Indians, I don't matter which one of y'all it is, whether you are African American or African living in America, or whether you from Russia, from Jamaica, well not Jamaica, they us, whether you from Russia, Portugal, Spain, France, Denmark, China, Japan, any of that shit. If you over here telling the people whose shit this is that it's not their shit, you need to shut up and sit your ass down, because when I get done getting enough of us awakened, you're not going to be able to turn off these youngsters. They gonna be coming for blood because y'all created the condition where they had to be born into a world of misery and suffering. Cause y'all came over here and interrupt our solitude and our peace. It's ain't up to me. I'm just a motherfucker ringing the alarm, setting it off, telling them don't bleed the hype. We was here before they came, and we gonna be here when they leave. The left a message, and they said this: America will come and America will go, and we will still be here. If you don't know who the is, if you don't know who the Anasi is, then I can't help you. I can't help you. But all of the ones that know that Rod Hayes know what he talking about, them ones, and all of the ones that's organic aboriginals to the land, I don't even say indigenous, because that's been usurped. Everything's been usurped. I can't even really have a civil conversation with nobody because the civics is all wrong. So now I gotta have hostile, belligerent conversations in order to properly exchange information, being politically incorrect in a politically incorrect society where everybody is telling me, because I'm using the F-bombs all the time, that I can't know what I'm talking about. Bullshit. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not guessing and I'm not making it up. All of the elders before me said the same thing. We was already here. I didn't just pull just because my parents and my grandparents know we from here, I don't have to only rely on them, because there's over 5,000 tribes in this together. Remember, it was only so-called 5 civilized tribes holding on to the bear till we figure out how to get this motherfucker's pelt off of him so we can make a blanket for Big Mama. Somebody had to hold them suckers. So now that they didn't been held long enough for me to give a critical analysis of the invasion, the warfare, the ceasefire, the sorcery that followed, the usurpation, the invasion, the undermining and the usurping. Why do they want us to believe we from Africa so bad? I'm going to tell you why. As long as you don't know where you from, you got no right to no land nowhere. You have no land rights. Your land rights come through your birthright, through your mama line. So if you don't know the process, you ain't from here. It's called the redemption process. I'm the family redeemer. The set of skills that I developed over the years, every tribal chief on the land, whether I like them or not, can call upon me to utilize my skill set if it's going to benefit their clan and the rest of the clans. I just can't take sides in ABS. but I can bust some bullshit upside the head. Right? So while I'm busting it upside the head, y'all need to know what's going on. And y'all sitting here, our people is waking up at an alarming rate. Thanks to brothers like Dane Calloway's and Kareem Ahu, right? Like Brother Top Cat, right? Elders like Taj Tariq Bey, like Hakeem Bey. Been telling y'all the whole time, but you only hear what you want to hear. You only hear what you want to hear because if you ain't going with the narrative, you feel like somebody is pulling the wool over your eye. The wool already over your eye, motherfucker. We trying to pull it off. We trying to lift the veil from your illusion. But you want to stay trapped in the illusion so bad that you're willing to put your life on the line for misinformation, false information, and misdirection. Yep. Another thing before I start getting into my Israeli thing, brother named what's his name? I forgot his name, but he the most uncritical critical thinker I ever ran across. Did a video the other day, and he's talking about because we telling people of the false accusations against Malachi York, that means if you knew the law, you would know the reason the judge refused to accept Malachi's guilty plea. Go back and pull up Big Beach explaining that sometime, I'm gonna post the video later. You know I'm gonna bring the receipt. Sometime you have to take a plea, even if you're not guilty, in order to regroup and stand a fighting chance. They was torturing Malachi and telling him that they was torturing the sisters. His name gonna pop in my head in a minute. He one of them flat earthers. And he really, his math be all fucked up. But he swear he be right. Anyway, so with the Malachi case, this man is being subject to government-sanctioned torture tactics normally used to extract information from suspected espionage agents captured by the FBI, CIA, or military intelligence. Brother Sanchez, he the one. He the one. He don't realize that because you are against false allegations and because you against the false convictions and because you've deconstructed the whole fallacy, then all of a sudden now you want to go with what the man say. You want to believe the white man lies. And look, I don't care what they say. I'm still going to follow the process. I'm still going to sing the truth from the mountaintop. Yeah, Prodigy wrote it in his letter from jail. And he said, remember, in that same letter, he said Jay-Z and Jazzo know. Right? Then he pointed out the fact that Jay-Z and Jazzo was repping Malachi. Then all of a sudden, now they want to distance themselves from the brother that's struggling. See, they got this thing in our community. I don't know where we get it from, but I know it ain't from us. When a righteous man fall, we don't fucking fight. We don't say nothing. We go shut the fuck up and sit in the corner. Yeah, that explains a lot. If he was in the military, he's thoroughly indoctrinated by the military camp. Right? I'm from the block. Thoroughly educated on my own with no aid of the university and no aid of the military. They can't control me. Then you got motherfuckers calling me an agent. Yep. You can call me an agent all you want. It still ain't gonna stop the fact that the people that's calling me agents is the agent trying to make people look at me in some funny kind of way. I'm not finna fall for none of the banana in the tailpipes that y'all fell for. Go on and sign your 360 record deal so they can flip you 360 and go ask a hooker what is the 360 on the streets. And she gonna tell you what a 360 is, and then your mouth gonna drop. Right? Then your mouth gonna drop. So, look, all of these celebrities, I don't give two shits about a celebrity. I don't care nothing about no celebrity gossip, celebrity drama. All I know is we got chiefs in the entertainment industry flipping us codes to tell us who doing the dirt behind the scenes, but we so busy following the trendy gossip that we can't find the message that they told us. So since Rod Hayes don't know what he talking about, I guess Ice Cube don't know what he talking about. I guess Raekwon, the chief, the chef, don't know what we talking about. I guess ODB don't know what he talking about. I guess LL Cool J don't know what he talking about. Flavor Flav don't know what he talking about. Tupac, he don't know what he talking about. Nas don't know what he talking about. All these brothers is from over here. They ancestral bloodlines from over here. Kevin Gates, Big L, all of them know we from over here. But all of a sudden now, all of these thinking, box living, they live in a box, and because I don't fit in their boxes, they just assume that I ought to go along to get along with their bullshit. I ain't with it. I'm not with it. I'm not part of it. I'm not party to it. And as a matter of fact, I'm belligerent to it. I'm against it. I'm the antithesis of your thesis. I am the antagonist to your story. I am the one who you didn't want to say was going to come tell these motherfuckers we was already here, because that's what I was given the responsibility to do. Right? George Clinton, he said he from over here. Don King said he one of us from over here. Bill Cosby, go, the Jacksons, they Choctaw. But we don't want to acknowledge none of them. We only want to acknowledge the one that's written up in the Dawes Roll. And they come with this fake ass DNA shit that tests less than 1% of the DNA, and they can't tell you what tribe you from Africa, but they can say you from Africa. What's my tribe if I'm from Africa? I had a post the other day. I put up, the brother say he was talking to this black law student. He said, name me 5 ethnic groups brought from Africa to America. They couldn't name one. He said, name me 5 ethnic groups brought from Europe. He said half of them can name 20. This ought to tell you something. This ought to tell you something. Then, yeah, Lionel Richie, the list is long. I can't even name them all. Quincy Jones, Cindy Poitier, all of these people is organic to the Americas, right? Then Henry Louis Gates, one of the founders of 21andMe or some shit, whatever the hell his name is, he told you when he told you about Oprah being Zulu, they was making it up as they go, but we supposed to just go along to get along with the narrative the enemy told us to follow. That's a dead-end search for people that never existed. There has never in the history of the world been a tribe called niggers. There has never in the history of the world been a tribe or clan called Afro-Americans, African Americans. None of these tribes don't exist, right? But the Slavs can tell you they Slavic, right? The Russians can tell you they Russians. But when we tell you we was already here, organic, native to the land, Mississippi, clay dirt walking, then all of a sudden we don't know what we talking about. When our uncles is having powwows, right? Strategy meetings to overcome the enemy and how we going to teach these children to overcome the obstacle. And now let's go back and activate this plan. Go drop a seed in one of these babies' ears and he's going to figure it out. Look, Henry Louis Gates say he was sitting there watching the news. His partner was in the laboratory putting together Oprah's DNA genetic profile. Henry Louis, it's on my page. If you scroll down, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Henry Louis Gates he said, did you see the news? So his partner was like, no, I ain't seen the news. What's going on? He say, Oprah, she just said she was Zulu. He said, I ain't done with her blood work yet. He said, what do you want to do about it? I said, hell, we making it up as we go anyway. Might as well make her Zulu. Right? All this in our face. Look, Smokey Robinson is a Hayoka High chief. Little Richard is Chief Screaming Hawk. He didn't name himself that. Right? Chuck Berry. All of these people is natives to this land. James Brown from the Browns clan. Those old Cleveland Indians that was named that by invaders. And then when they realized that the face of the Indian, the Cleveland Indian, was darker than the $5 Indians, they had to get that shit off these helmets before they started putting shit together. We got to change the mascots of all of them Mississippi clay dirt red skin nappy haired Negroes. We got to change all of the mascots so we can conceal that. Go look at the early mascots of the American Baseball League, the NFL, right? All of these, they had the mascots that look like us, but you think that once our hair grow to a certain length, it stay nappy. It don't stay nappy. My hair done been down to here, right? With no perm in it. And when I comb it out, it look wavy straight. But when it's short like this, that shit look like motherfucking BB shots and Robonauts. This is not about hair texture or skin color. This is about knowing who you is and asserting your right to claim what's yours because of who you are by the blood and the right. And if you don't know your blood and your rights, you lost in the sauce. Get off my page with that bullshit. Now, let's get into this Israel.
Year-olds and 2-year-olds. Maybe the infants, I really don't know. But the 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds and up, they're intelligent. The 2-year-olds that I met, they count up to 70. They count to 70. 2-year-olds. A lot of them. They're very intelligent.
That's directly reflective on how much time somebody spent to teach them. Because most of the adults don't sit down and teach babies shit no more. Yeah. Hey, sweetie, I want to take one more call before I wrap it up for the night, okay?
Okay. It's really nice speaking to you. I do plan to talk to you again. Let's do one-on-one a consultation.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
All right, I'll talk to you later. You can sense her natural innocence. It's just... Yeah, these babies now ain't that they learning that they have to teach themselves by generational information. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
You ain't never get back with me.
Good. Oh my gosh, because they've been trying to book me all the time, so I be so busy.
That's what greatness do for you.
I just I just been enjoying the show, man. I mean the live. My
tell you happy birthday
Monday.
now in case I don't hear from you then.
Man, you know you gonna hear from me, man. It's my birthday. I'm Virgo. You're Virgo. But you know what's so crazy? I be watching some shit, and it's not to think that I'm like slow or some shit, but this is how like we live in different timelines, right? Because there's this show called I'm a Virgo, ironically, and in the show they have this girl there, and have you seen the show? Probably not, right? All right, real fast. So the everybody has like superpowers kinda, and one of the girls, she's moving super fast, right? And so that's kind of her superpower. And she fucking
Virgo
put
something else,
this episode.
You said Virgo and the whole Virgo gang like went to throwing up Virgo, and y'all stay tripping like a motherfucker.
Virgos Man, Virgos rule
You
the
look,
world,
look,
and you
y'all,
know it.
y'all here
We the
sex
same
stripping like a
sign.
motherfucker.
And we crazy as fuck. We're crazy as fuck. But she's moving. Her mind is moving so fast. So they were saying that she was autistic, right? So they put it in perspective of an autistic person, and she wasn't autistic. It's that her mind was moving so fast that everyone else was moving slow. So it was kind of like these motherfuckers are like geniuses, right? Because sometimes I think I'm fucking slow when I'm hearing people talk, and even sometimes I hear you talking on lives. Like that's why when I come on, I don't say much because it's more of a telepathic thing. My mind is like 10 pages ahead. I don't be having shit. Think about this. I hear you guys talk, and when y'all, not anybody specific today, but I'll hear you talk to some people, and by the time y'all get to the end of what y'all saying, I was already there, like before y'all even, you get what I'm saying? You know, when I was studying etymology, they was talking about how the English language for certain class of people is broken down so much, and people think that words means you're smarter, or when in fact the less you communicate says more about your telepathic ability to be able to communicate without so much help. So that shit is just crazy. I was like, I be thinking I'm slow. I be missing it. Like I be looking at people and they just be talking. I'll be like, I be thinking to myself, like I'm on a whole different page thinking I'm tripping. But it's just
And you
how we
gotta
communicate as
remember,
people is just crazy.
when we talk to people that's in our clan, we need less words because we already understand each other.
And who uses less words? Autistic people and people, they don't need to come, they're geniuses. That it's so fucking crazy because like they
Look,
it's some autistic kids that come and they do things and people just be like, oh well they're excellent at this or they're excellent at that. But regular people have to be really, we're really like
you
they
know, I
treating
was
us like
in
retards
special ed damn near my
down this
whole school
motherfucker.
career. They told my mama,
Bro,
look,
I
look,
thought I was
they
special ed
told
my
my
whole
mama,
life.
they
Whole
told my
time
mama I
my
can't
mind was
learn.
just moving fast. That
Looking
shit
back on
is,
that
they
shit now,
treat
can
us
you
like
imagine
we
that? They told my
slow.
mama I wasn't gonna never, can't nobody teach me that, and I ain't gonna never be able to learn that.
I'm telling you, the mind is a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Like I feel like this birthday is, my life is really changing with this shit, man. Cause I'm really, I used to always think like when I talk to, I've I've talked to some great people, and my mind just go blank, and I just be thinking to myself, I don't have no, it's like I'm already there. I can't explain it. I can't put it in
But
words.
that's a psychic
Like
ability you describing.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's, and then I think I'm with this dream and stuff. I'm starting to get a more handle on my dreams. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just riding the wave, man. Everybody got a part to play. That's what I'm starting to understand. I don't have to be every piece of the puzzle. Everybody, we all a collective. You know, I try to get people to understand that. Like, I thought that I was fucked up for not being around. So I be so isolated all the time, but I be trying to tell you like we already won. We're in the realm that's giving the illusion that we are separate, but everybody is getting on this wave of consciousness, and they're just trying to like band together, but still not going within, but creating a religion out of consciousness. So that's why I gotta stay the fuck away from people because
That's
it's just too
them
much
diet woke
shit going
motherfuckers
on.
trying to convince a motherfucker they woke and keep giving them
Agents,
misinformation and disinformation.
that shit's
I keep
scary.
telling them, look,
That
tell
shit,
the motherfucker, don't argue with them, argue with their receipts. Where your receipts at? If you're gonna tell me something, you gotta be able to provide your receipts. That's why I'm the king of receipts. I don't just be telling no motherfucker nothing. Don't argue with me, nigga. Argue with these receipts.
They spit that shit out over and over again. Y'all, everybody in the comments, y'all, listen. They spitting the shit out over and over again. It's a fucking. Did you see? I'm a real like. My first lecture was Alimel Bay, but I was really stuck to Bobby because he was a movie person. I'm such a movie motherfucker. Like I love movies because when I watch movies, the shit I see in these movies, I mean, the most mundane movies
the
have the
whole
most
idea
spiritual
of movies
meaning.
came from hieroglyphics, right? So
Right.
if you go to the pyramids in Mexico, Egypt, or China, or you look at the paintings on the wall in some of the places in India, if you go into a semi-trance state, that shit come alive. And it start playing the story out for you. Only certain people with the right DNA can see it. So it looked like a motherfucker making that shit up. When he's telling you that the statue came alive, he not making it up. It's just that his DNA resonates with the message, and that's how he perceived the message with his physical senses for a metaphysical event. He seen that motherfucking stone get up and walk over to him and start talking, but the people next to him still see the stone standing there. He talking to this motherfucker. They looking like, who is this nigga talking to?
Niggas need to read up. Niggas need to really start digging into the quantum physics because I used to do that shit as a kid. Every cartoon show I would watch, for some reason I thought them motherfuckers was real. Not in a way that like, oh, imagination. No, I'm like, when the lights go out, these motherfuckers are still energy. I can't explain it. It's just like, that's so crazy that you just said that. All this shit be so. Movies are the best. Movies are it's a documentary. The Westerners, the Pilgrims making
Somebody just said that
documentaries
in
of
the
all this
comments.
shit.
Movies are
And this,
documentaries. Look,
they're all documentaries. The only movie, you know what's crazy? I never got into the Matrix, right? I wasn't into the Matrix because I'm such a girly girl. I'm a super Virgo girly girl. And I finally watched The Matrix. And it's one of my favorite movies now because I guess Spirit didn't want me to watch it at the time. I watched it. And at the time, I had just got on my journey. So I was seeing my birthday every fucking, like, I see to this day for the past like 8 years, I see my birthday 100 times a day. I'm used to it. In the Matrix, when Neo hits the alarm clock, 918 comes on the alarm clock, and that like freaked me the fuck out at the time. And then I watched the Matrix, and I understood. I just can't get into the Terminator because action
look.
movies are like.
When I first watched The Matrix, I watched that motherfucker about 47 times.
Yo, I watched it so many times.
I watched
It's
the whole
insane.
thing. Look, I used to, I got the video collection, had it on repeat. But when it first came out, I was locked up. So they used to play it every couple of months. And they put it in, and then to play 24 hours, I watched that motherfucker back to back. And when I came home, by that time, I think the third Matrix was coming out. And I got all of them. I just be sitting in my room, Matrix style.
You seen the last one?
That shit,
Seen that
that shit was
bullshit?
so cool. You know why they
Oh my
made that movie, right?
God.
It was a way to usurp Sylvia. What's her name? Sylvia. That's not her name. The sister that made the Matrix.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to remember her
Yeah.
name.
I watch her interviews.
Sophia Stewart. They did that movie to usurp her copyright lawsuit. The rest of the movies they couldn't get no money on, so they had to make one they could get money on. So they wrote.
Yeah, but they stole everything, so they couldn't even make I'm like, y'all, these motherfuckers couldn't even put together a decent movie enough to even make you
Look,
want to
I
sit
love
through the
the
motherfucker.
Matrix, but that fourth one, I don't even know if I ever seen the whole movie.
Bruh, they had Jada in there looking like a raisin in the sun. Everybody was looking crust. It could have just been a
And I'm
lot
shocked
better. But
Keanu Reeves we even playing it with that sorry ass script because he real picky about his scripts. That was a piece of shit ass script. I'm surprised he ain't throw up when
he
he
probably understood
read it.
his
You
contract.
hear me? I'm surprised he ain't throw up when he
You
read
say, man, I threw up when I saw it.
it.
I threw up when I saw that shit, man. But like, I love the movies, like your last guest said, like, what a time to be
It's
alive,
another
man.
movie
Like,
between the Matrix trilogy and the Terminator trilogy, and it's called I, Robot with Will Smith when the machines become conscious. That's
right.
that's the
Yeah, I
bridge
seen
movie between the two series.
Well, Will Smith was supposed to play in the
Yeah.
Matrix originally. He would have did great. He would have killed that part,
Well,
and he would have
most of
been
the
funny
people that
too.
watch it don't even realize that Morpheus is Neo's alter ego. That's his that's his
Where
dark
I
self.
hear that from? And if you think if everybody really gets into movies, all the movies are
Look,
fucking like
all the
that.
villains in
All of them.
Batman, he's schizophrenic and he's in Arkham Asylum having a hallucination, and all of those are his alter egos when he escaped. And he got to go catch himself and put himself back into the prison.
Some of this shit, like the worst superhero movies, Venom. I ain't know if that nigga was good or bad, but most of the movies are like that, where
Well, if you
it turns
pay
out to
attention to
be
the
just
pay
like the
attention to
Bud
how they
Light
did
movie.
the themes, they gradually start making the hero look like a villain, making the villain look like a hero. Then they start blurring the lines
Yeah.
between the two. That way, in the minds and consciousness of those watching it, it blurs the line between good and evil. It's a mind trick.
So did you see
I
Tower of
didn't see it
Raccoon?
yet, but that's the sequel to Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White.
It was like another Westworld type shit. It was like people keep talking about this dumb shit like clones and hair perms and all that. Fuck that shit. You've been telling us from the jump. A lot of this shit ain't got nothing to do with us. It's that's why when they talk about going within and all that other stuff, people are in fucking loops. They're in fucking timeline loops over and
What
over again. They
reference?
don't even fucking know.
The reference